Hey, hello guys. Welcome to the new episode of Far From Home. Uh, we're here today with our guest, a new guest for you. Um, I'm here, like always, with my brother from another mother, Adam, and we have our guest today from Dallas, Texas, originally from Africa, West Africa, Benin. His name is he go by Brice Danvidé, aka the Dropout Spectrum. Um, I'm gonna. How you doing? How you guys doing today? How you guys doing today? Let's just jump into that like that. How you guys doing
I'm
today?
doing great. Thank you guys for having me on the show. And I was able to meet and talk to the guest here, or the co-host and the host itself. So it's a good Saturday.
All right, I'm excited to have you on the show too, and I'm doing well. So it's a pleasure to have you on the show, and especially on the short notice to make up your time. And we know how busy you are, and we'll go in detail about what I say about that because it's an honor to make time for us to show up on this podcast. So I really appreciate your time.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, all right.
Yes, yes. So really great to have you on Far From Home, man. So we're gonna go ahead and just jump into right through the questions that we ask our guests here. And so the first question, we're just gonna go ahead and rotate. That's how it goes. I'll ask one, and then Aiden will ask you the second question. Feel
Okay.
comfortable and give us the best answer that you can. So the first question is, what is your name and what do you do presently in life?
Um, I go by Brice Danvidé, and I am an IT engineer three at Everbridge, and I do music on the side.
What type of music?
I love and I am branching into hip hop, R&B, jazz, and reggae music.
Okay, and do you have
Awesome.
so that's where the name came from, the Dropout Spectrum?
No, the name actually came from when I was in college and I did a transfer to UT Dallas from UT Brownsville. And at UT Dallas here, I kept the persona of partying all day, every day, and all the time. So there was no time to study, pretty much. So there was no time, and work was also killing me at all times because I was pulling double shifts and triple shifts all day, every day, like non-stop, so I can sustain my lifestyle, go out and do stuff, and be partying all the time, be out there. So at a certain point in
Mm-hmm.
time, I realized that it was affecting my education and studies because I was not studying. All of my focus was make money, work, make money, and then go party. So at the end of at some point in time, I realized my GPA was going low, super low, and I was thinking about dropping out for college because I did not have time for it. I did not have time for it. I was just working, and it was just a suicidal kind of type of work, graveyard shift. And the name came out, the dropout. And
Okay.
then I was like, okay, I like that. I said I like that, and I'll put that as an artist name. And the Spectrum came when I was Spectrum came as in if you drop out, then you're dropping out um, you're dropping out, and it is the spectrum. So you're really at the bottom of the echelon, and there's no one else beside you because you are the bottom. You represent the line that is at the bottom. You just drop out spectrum. If anybody hits you, they cannot pass you because you are the line. So you're the guy who is holding the
You
line
are
at the bottom there, and nobody can
okay.
cross you.
Got it.
So that's what it name means.
Man, that's a deep explanation. Each word has its own meaning. Like
And
and before the show, I mean, I was telling you it was very catchy. It's kind of it catches your brain, like it's like the dropout spectrum. You kind of you just go with it and stick into your mind. So now I understand. At least I understand the first part, the dropout.
I
And
appreciate it.
so did you drop out?
I did
I,
not. I did not.
I actually like.
I kept going. Yeah, I kept
Nice,
going.
nice.
But it was I really wanted to drop out 100%.
And
Yeah. Yeah. Huh?
where the spectrum come from, because that's what I like. The spectrum also
Yeah,
is the
the
bottom
spectrum.
line. So
That's what I was
every
saying.
time that
Like,
you're in any situation,
right. That's what I was saying
anytime you're
earlier.
in
The
any
spectrum.
situation, you always gonna
Right.
remind yourself that you have always known the bottom can always come back up. I think that's how
Come
I
back
see
up.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a last line, bro. You cannot cross the last line. The line will cross you, but you cannot cross the last line.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Man,
I mean, and
I like that.
it
I like
also
that.
represents all of my genre of music that I can do. And the spectrum pretty much is to show you, to tell you guys that I can do any type of music. And if you put me into a room with bachata, or Spanish artists, or anybody that is speaking Italian music, I can make that work. And when you once after you hear it, you're like, oh, damn, how do you do this? Yeah, I can do anything. I can make it turn into gold. Yeah,
that's great, man. Uh, that's awesome. Like you know, I always admire
Interesting.
somebody
Very, very beautiful.
who has yeah, who has that vocation, like that talent, and then you go to the extreme of it. You discover yourself about what you can actually do, and then
right.
is becoming like you seen yourself and say, put me in any situation, you know, I'll make it happen.
I make it happen. Yeah,
That confidence, it comes with discovering yourself first, like you know you can do this stuff, and then yeah, there you are. That's awesome. That and that leads me to, I mean, you kind of brush it up a little bit, but I would like to reword a little bit to ask you this question, to tell us a little bit about your journey, uh and what, like, your journey and how it does that lead you to where you are right now.
the journey has not been easy. It's not. It's never been easy. It's um,
Yeah.
it's a lot of struggle and a lot of depression at the same time. Um, my journey started when I was a kid, uh, probably 12, between 8 and 12 years old. Actually, yeah, 8 and 12, 14, even before 8. I used to be here, come here for holidays, vacations. So I used to see Snoop Dogg. It's when Cisco and all of those guys were popping. Cisco, Snoop Dogg, all of those good times, right?
Yeah.
And Snoop Dogg was releasing his album. I forgot the name, where he had the flower, the weed flower on the album. Um, I forgot that name, but it was
Oh,
the album that was popping. I can Google it for the name, but I forgot it. But
Yeah.
he had that on the album, and I was like, oh, look at those guys dressing up like this and come on TV and do this. This sounds easy. Let me do that when I grow. I grow a little older. That's what I was telling myself when I was in the holidays, right here in the U.S., and I was not speaking English as fluently as I am today. But the thought came from that moment, and when I was back home after high school, I went to Ghana to stay there for a year or a year and a half or so, and I had my friends where they were friends that was making music, and they were like, "Hey, we have studio time today, and the person that we're doing a fit with is not able to make it, and we need someone I can just jump in and take a spot and do something with us because we need to record this track. I was like, and they were like, oh, you rap? You said you rap, right? I was like, yeah, but dude, I've never wrote, I've never been in a studio. And he's like, no, 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 man, let's go. You're gonna take a spot. You're gonna write right there at the spot. And you're gonna take a spot. Let's go. And they took me into the studio, and they were like, hey, here's your spot. And let's go. And I was like, what do you mean, let's go? So I had to figure something out that day, and I wrote something down real quick and rapped it. And ever since then, I liked it. So
Nice.
I was making plans when I was gonna come to the US that I was just gonna do music. I don't want to go to school to do IT. I just want to branch into a school that's just gonna lead me into that world, just this world. But it wasn't the case. So um, came to the US and started school. Had to learn how to speak and and be fluent. So I was doing a lot of research back then. That was 2008. I was doing a lot of research, how I was gonna come up, how I was going to make my moves, what's gonna be what's gonna be the factor that is gonna make me take a lot more steps and more into the music world. So I realized at some point that I really needed to work on myself in terms of music wise and artist profile. So I started writing every day. You know, any beat that I was finding. I was in college, so I was not going to school. I was going to school, but my first 2 years I was just teaching classes because it was stupid classes. So I used to go just for exams and pass the exams, and my friend would be like, "How did you pass the exam?" I'm like, I saw you last night. He's like, "What?" And nobody, you can be the same. So they get mad. Like bad exam, bro. They get mad, especially in IT. I was taking this networking classes, and the labs with the Cisco devices, and you have
Mhm.
to type of come in and do French the network and everything. And the guys were like, "Oh, you already finished?" I'm like, "Yeah." Did you pass it? Yeah, I got 8. He's like, "What saw you last night? All night long, bro." He's like, "No way, bro." I'm like, "Yeah." So I used to like stay home all night, all the way. I have class at 8 at 9. I'm
He has always
writing
been like
every
that, man. I mean, we share the
yeah,
class together, so he's
yeah.
that's how he is. He
I'm
was,
always writing. I
yeah.
was writing all the way to 8, and then I realized, oh, I had to go to class at 8. Well, I'm not gonna go. I just did it and sleep at 8, and then I do the same stuff. It's been like that for like 4 years of college, and I realized that practice and consistency get you to the next level, because when you get to the next level, it's almost like you're going to class just to rap and just to rap freestyle and then write lyrics. So once you do that every day, you committed at a point in time, all of those hard work will come out at the end, and you can jump into anything. You can, you prime, you prime time. You the diamond in the rough. It came to that extent, to the point that you can go anywhere. You can do anything. Give me a beat, I'll kill it anytime, every day, all of the year, 365 a day. So I came to that level, and I was like, oh, I never thought that this is possible. And when I graduated, I stopped doing it because I had to like now focus about the real world and get money, pay your bills, right? And 3 years ago, um, 3 years ago, my brother was like, "Hey, you're a little stable now, so how about you try again?" And I'm like, "No, man, I'm not trying to try this again. It's too hurtful. You don't want to do that, bro." He's like, "No, man, just try again." I'm like, so I said, "Okay, I will try it again." That was 2019 or going to 2020. And he told me that, and I was thinking about it, if I was gonna go in like 100% and be to go in 100%. So I was sleeping on Saturday going to Sunday, and another friend in Austin called me at 5 at 4 a.m. in the morning, and I'm like, "Dude, why you calling me at 5, bro? It's weekend, bro." And he's like, "Yeah, man, I was thinking about something, and I wanted to tell you." And how about we propose do a proposal sponsorship for Monster Energy. And I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, let's do a proposal with Monster Energy and see if we can have them sponsor us to do a festival or do something. I'm like, okay, let's do that. So we got into it, and I decided to go in 100%. So I wrote a proposal and sent it to Monster Energy, and Monster Energy was like, okay, uh, this is not a department of sponsorship for Monster, but I read your proposal and it sounds great. How about you send us the whole project, and then once you're ready, just send it to this address. That's what 3 years ago. But I have not sent a proposal yet because I'm still working on it. I want once I submit that proposal, it needs to have everything, like my journey to now, all of my my milestones, so that when I propose it, they can't deny it. If I had sent it that then,
Your A
I
game.
don't
You
think he
gotta
would
bring
be
your A game.
accepted.
You gotta put your A
Yeah,
game in there.
yeah. So now I'm understanding everything that's happening. It's everything is coming together, and it's gonna be good. So I did that and released an album that year, which was Zen Stellar. And once I've released the Zen
Can you
Stellar,
repeat the name of the album again for the audience?
yes, Zen Stellar,
Zen Styler. Okay. Thank you. Go ahead. Sorry.
Zen Stellar, and excuse me, I released the project, and uh, it made waves in the industry. So I kept going, and I released a second album called No Pressure. And when I released No Pressure, that was the second year. That was the second year that I released No Pressure. After No Pressure, that's when I started branching out in the music world. Merely because in the past I was trying to go into festivals and I didn't know how to get into festivals or who to contact or who to see or even how to approach that world. So I registered to one festival that I paid for, but it never came to life. So they took my money, and it's okay. It was just $50 for whatever registration. It's okay. So I paid it, but it never happened. The reason why I wanted to go back then was to prepare myself as an artist in terms of rehearsing and being able to go in a crowd and perform. So I had the fear of performing because I didn't know if I could be able to do that by
Mm-hmm.
myself. And English is my second language, and now I have to like memorize words and do stuff. So I was like, no, man. So I was trying to get to ahead of the problem and see how I was gonna fix that or how I was gonna work with it to make it better. And it never worked, right? I paid for it, it never worked. And I was working, I was working, and I was going to my Instagram, and I saw a post here in Dallas about performing for Cinco de Mayo, and I was like, no way, dude. So I saw it. I was like, okay, I missed last time when I was not ready, but I think I'm ready now. So I just went ahead and applied, right? I applied to the show, and I didn't even read it. After work, I started reading the thing, and I was like, and it said, oh, you're gonna perform. There's gonna be a competition, and I was like, oh man, this is serious, right? So
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I need to bring my A game now because I cannot retract out of this. A lot of people sponsored me actually, friends that I met in college. Their moms paid for a lot of my tickets. They paid for
Tickets.
like two
Yeah.
thousand tickets. She paid for it, and I was like, no way you did that. You're putting me on. I cannot deceive, So
Yeah.
I kept on that timing and went to the show and did the first performance at Cinco de Mayo. So after I did a first performance, Cinco de Mayo, then it gave me opportunities to go to Atlanta to keep competing. So I went to Atlanta and I kept doing the competition. I didn't win the last spot, but because I didn't win, it's okay. But I was able to network with people
Yeah. That exposure.
and get people in the industry. You see what's working, what's not working, and it opened me doors. Um, it opened me a lot of doors. And now I am chilling right now. After that, after all of the stuff that happened are just random. They just happened randomly. After that section, the next elevation was it's always research. I'm always researching. I had sleepless night, always researching. After that elevation, another came, and it came since that I was just doing research and on Facebook, and I saw this promoter company, and they were like, there are a lot of fakes in the industry, first of all,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people is gonna take your money, and they're not gonna provide services. Okay, so you just need to get prepared for that. If you're not willing to lose money or whatever, you can be in here. So I I I, I knew that, and I saw the I saw the Facebook ad, and they were like, oh, we're about to publish a mixtape in the next few days. We would like to have your song in our mixtape. And I was like, nah, man, just liars, man. I've seen it all. You're just lying. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna test you to see if it's true to yourself, right? It doesn't hurt to test. So I was like, okay, I'll test. And they actually sent me notifications way before. So I saw the emails, and I was not paying attention because I know they're all fake somehow. So but that day something clicked, and I was like, okay. I was working. It was in the morning. I read it again. I was like, okay, let me submit this thing and see what happens. So I submitted the track, and they said they received it, and it was a weekend. On Monday they published it. The published the project, and they gave me the link. They gave me everything. I was like, no way, dude! Like this, they did it. Great,
Nice,
great, great promotion for me.
nice.
So I was really happy about that. That they came through, and we started talking, and out of nowhere they were like, "Oh, we have a tour that we would like you to join." And I'm like, wait, you said tour? This tour doesn't just happen overnight. Like you just don't stop making music and start going to tour. Like and they were like, yeah, we have a tour and we'd like you to to uh, to uh, to join in Europe. And I was like, okay, so um, but it was costly. I had to pay around $5,000 to get the equipment already. So because if you're touring, it's a lot of money. If you don't have money, you can tour. Tour happens in different ways. It's either you tour, you pay for all of the bills, you get there, you pay for the mics, everything. You pay for it. It's a lot of money. Or you have promoters that have the deals already included into your deal, and they say we'll provide all of those. You just have to come perform, and it's a guaranteed show. It's a guaranteed money. You don't have to sell tickets at the door. So we just want you to come in, get on stage and perform and get paid.
Wow,
And I'm
wow.
like, wait, because I've read a lot about tours, and you have to do the groundwork yourself. You have to sell tickets at the door, to have an arena
Audience.
and sell. So I
Yeah.
was like, no way that you guys are providing all of those, and I don't have to do none of these. And I'm like, yeah, we're providing, and this is how it's gonna go. So I was like, okay, this sounds very promising, because if I can have a good relationship term with them, then I can expand on that network and meet a lot of people with the same genre that will provide me touring without me paying anything. I just want to go in there and perform and get paid. So I'll be able to find people like them from them. So that's what I'm expecting from this store, and networking, because I'll be meeting 13 promoters. They're all brand new. I don't know who they are. So
Yeah.
it's gonna elevate my career to a new level,
Yeah.
and I'm very
Definitely.
excited about that. Which that is happening next month. Um, I was sitting here again, and I applied for a competition again, and this was for the conference that I'm going to, that is happening next week in New York, and it's called Mondo NYC,
Okay.
and it is a
Mondo.
music conference
Okay.
for October 11th till October 14th or 15th, so pretty much a whole week. So over there, yeah, at Mondo, you know, I applied and they picked me out of nowhere. So I was trying to go back in the days to music conferences to meet and network with people, but work wouldn't let me go, and money was an
Yeah,
issue, or something was always
yeah.
happening. I couldn't go. So this time it came for free, and
Man.
it's like a $1,500 to get the whole pass for the whole session. It's almost like $1,700 for free. I was like, no way, I'm going.
Oh,
I'm not staying here. I'm
definitely.
definitely
Yeah,
going. Yeah.
yeah.
So that's where I am right now with my career.
Right. Well, Mr. Brice, man, let me tell you, this journey that you just explained is a hell of a journey. I really, admire every single thing that you go through. That shows the personality in you, the person, and the hustle part of yourself. Um, that's great. Now this is this is where this is leading me to. Uh, we are all African, right? You're from Africa yourself. Africa is the future. Can you develop a little bit in that and telling us which area of your country need to be developed, promote investment to participate in the development of the continent, and especially yourself. What actually what do you see yourself added into the growth of Africa in general, but in particular in your country?
Africa always been a future, you know, from the beginning of time. Uh, the white folks used to come and just scavengers, like scavengers, and come around and take our stuff and go, and take our people and go. So obviously, then Africa had a lot of values and still has a lot of values today. Because at this point in time, most of the infrastructures are looking into Africa in order to invest and make the country or the continent better. So that being said, from where I'm from, Benin, I believe the area that we need to focus on are arts. It's one of them because I don't believe that there are a lot of push into the art industry. You know, like you have a carpenter that has been doing the carpeting for a long time. Here, carpeting makes you money. It has been made into such a way that it's a profession. It's a professional profession that allows you to make money. Where I'm from, people don't see it like that, right? So they look at you very inferior to them, but it's not the case. They perfected the art to the point that it is what they do, and that's what they're good at. So that the country should be able to have infrastructure in place to promote those type of people, so that it can get recognized in a real world and professionally, to the point that people are making money off of those things. As a mechanic or a carpenter or anything that they do in the street art, they should be able to make money out of that. But it's not the case. So we need to be able to rentabilize, or monetize those type of action. On the other side, I would like to run the country. I would like to. I don't. I see myself as a president. I would like to run the country as a president. I see myself on top over there.
Awesome.
I want to run it. I want
Awesome.
to bring. I want to bring new venues to the country. I want to bring people to invest in the country. You know, if I not it's not if I believe that I'll be successful in music side. So when that time comes and I'm really kicking in and doing stuff, I would like to bring those connections and bring them to where I'm from, so that we can invest and bring more money and to the country. Yeah.
Man, that's great. This is
That's
Latif.
really
This is the
interesting.
this is the sec. Yeah, this is the second guest we have, and the ambition is to become a president. You remember the last show we had, Atef also wanted to be a
Yes,
president
It's
yes.
it's not it's not it's
Morocco.
not my my number one thing, but I feel like I will be able to. I feel like I can do it, and I have all the capabilities to make the country better because
Just the
I have a
thought
lot of
of it. That's
ideas.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Just
have
the thought
lot
of
of
it.
ideas, and I'm always innovating. I'm not sitting into one thing.
Yeah,
I'm always like branching. My brain is like a computer. I want to do like crazy things in the country. Like
yeah, yeah,
I want you to see floating things in the country.
yeah.
I want you to see things when you go out. You're like, oh my god, I want to stay out. I don't want to go inside.
Right.
That's what I want to do. I want to
Yeah.
bring a relationship in a continent, not continent, but it's already happening as in other places. But I want to be able to bring the people together in terms of having a pen. It happens in other countries. Having a pen party, and the whole population is out there just throwing pens at each other. That's a good way to have the population be as one. And
Yeah.
those type of interactions make the relationship between the middle class and the higher class, uh, by bridging the gap a little bit more, so that you see what's going on with the people. You can implement on the other side. It just depends on how you approach your people.
I like that, man. Like just the thought of thinking about the ideas you wanna inject into your country. That shows how you love your country, and despite the fact that you are far away from your country, you're still thinking about it. You don't have a second idea about your country. You still love your country. As you know, if you can just go today and then implement those stuff, that would be, you are ready to do it. So just the thought of that, that's awesome, man. And that's one of the things that we like to promote in this show, to never forget about where we're coming from. Although we are very far from where we originally coming from, we just want to make sure that we have that connectivity. And you mentioned something that catches me. You say you want to break those glasses between different classes, which is awesome. That's
Yes,
something that a lot of people needs to know, that we are all human, despite who you are, what you have, or what you do. You are human, and
we're human.
God forbid something happen, a human has to help a human. It's not a dog or something who's gonna help you. So we need to come together, and then just be as one. So thank you for sharing that vision about Africa. We that's I think Latif wanna say something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Like I can't say it better. You know what I mean? Like it's just the ambition, the vision,
Yeah,
uh is great. And for each of us here, this podcast, I want to just make sure like people understand that this podcast is also, you know, when we say to promote Africa, it's because every single one of us have a responsibility for the growth of Africa. And this is how it come to, the vision and the ambition, and then the step to apply those uh, will come. But if you find the vision and the ambition first, then the rest will come. And I really, I can't, like, I'm so happy with the way that you put it, and the ambition is there. Thank you again, man. Thank you.
yeah, that's a great approach about it. So without further ado, we have a tradition in this show. We usually like to ask our guests question, and we trying to save the best for the last part.
relax.
So we're gonna start some questions, and we just want you to give us the straightest, shortest, and honest answer as possible. Uh, so I'm
All right,
gonna go first.
you say it right.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah. So share one of your cultural shock, uh, a moment that you experienced while you've been in this country.
um, the obesity was one of the things that caught my eye here. Even when I was coming here, it's one of the things that caught my eye, and the English language, the way they spoke it, and the
Mm-hmm.
slangs. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I love the
Awesome.
slangs and all of those things.
Yeah, you're rapping, so you have to. Yeah, Latif, you
Okay,
have the mic.
yeah, so let's jump into the next one. What was the word? So okay, now have you ever second guessed your decision to go to US or to come to US? Have you ever second guessed yourself that decision of coming here?
No, no,
Never.
no, no, because I was that was the angle. Regardless of what's going on, my parents wanted me to get a degree before I go. That was the only requirement. But if no degree was there, I should have been there since I was 80 years old. Well, they put a requirement on it, so that's the only thing. Yeah,
Nice.
Good.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's the only thing. Yeah.
he never second guessed himself, and also for the answer, I can tell like he's like, nope.
No,
Hmm.
nope. I just had to work for it and make it happen. I had a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
trouble making it happen with all the. I was a black sheep, so I was always a problem, man. Like 365 days out of the year, it's always me. I have four brothers. I'm the middle guy, and it's always me. The other three, they're like crazy, bro. Me, on the other hand, oh my god,
Yeah,
I've seen it all, man.
you are definitely the black sheep for sure.
Oh, I've seen it all, man.
So that leads me to the third question. Can you tell us about a funny moment that you've been through in this country, or if you want to share any sad history too, we are all welcome to hear those.
Funny moments. What are the funny moments? That's a hard one.
Was it?
Yeah, because I cannot tie it to specifically to a moment, to like a moment. It's like I have to find a good one.
So let me kind of give you a time frame. Usually for the guests is like the first time being here, they did something that look back years now. They say, oh man, this is I shouldn't be doing this way, like that type of
I can
thing.
tell you one funny moment.
See, there you go.
Um, it's about drinking, right? So I had a studio time in Houston that I wanted to go record, right?
Hmm.
And I I needed to see someone before I go. It actually was in Austin. So I
Okay.
went to Austin that day and I was empty stomach. And there's this beer that they call Mickey's. Go to a store here and they have Mickey's. And it's like two beers in one. And it's called Mickey's. So I got to the good place and instead of eating, I did not eat and he gave me Mickey's. So he told me that during the night I woke up during the night and peed in his closet. He said I woke up during the night and peed in his closet. And I was like, no, I didn't. He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, you did, man. And that's the second time that happened to me. The first time was even funnier, bro. It's the same scenario. I was going to Houston to meet some friends, and I did not eat again. The mistake. I did not eat. Got to the place, and we started drinking whiskey and bourbon, and they were
Mhm.
all Indian, and they drink like faucets, right?
Drink like
So
faucet.
yeah, they just drink like faucet, dude. So I went to the place, and they started drinking, blah, 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 blah. And in between, they gave me four locos, bro. I didn't have four locos, bro.
Yeah,
I
that's
was empty
bad,
stomach,
man.
bro. He gave me four locos. I got the four locos. I drank it. I was fine,
Yeah,
bro.
follow go bad.
Somebody next to me started lighting a cigarette and it fucked. So I went to the restroom and I was peeing and I was fine. So after peeing, I went to sleep straight up. So I slept. There's a girl next to me and we're just in the same bed. And the dude said I woke up during the night peeing a girl, bro. What?
Some people have sleep apnea. You have a pee apnea. Like you got a pee apnea in you, man.
I couldn't believe, guys. Like they said I did that, bro.
Man,
Those were the funny,
this
embarrassing
is
moments.
yeah, this is real funny for sure.
Yeah.
Peeing the girl, bro. That's one of the stories, bro. Dude,
Come on, drop out. You can't drop out like that.
I dropped out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome, man. Fun stories. Fun stories.
Crazy stories, man. Yeah, I have too many stories, man. Too many
Yeah,
stories.
we'll get more. On the later show. You get more. Keep
I
them
have too many
close.
stories, and it's just to put it out there
Yeah.
that the music journey has never been easy, and the only reason why I decided to go into it 100% was because when I decided to go professional with the music, I almost died 3 times, like in 3 years. Like every year, I was in some accident somehow, and it was deadly accidents. I was supposed to be dead 3 years ago.
Wow.
So uh, uh my and some angels saved me, so I decided to go 100%. That they keep saving me 3 times, so it gotta be for a greater purpose. So if you know what your purpose is, just going 100%. So I just went in 100% now, and I'm trying to make it, so
That's a
that's
strong
the only
message,
reason
man.
why. Yeah.
That's a very strong message.
Listen,
Yeah,
man. I
yeah,
think I
I got
think
two more thighs for sure. Yeah.
listen, I think all the angels have heard you and God have heard you. And I think you on your way to the light. I think once all of us we have a tunnel, and some the tunnel is dark, right? Once we started, it's just dark, and by little, you kind of start seeing that little light that comes
Yep.
into this tunnel, right? And as you walk toward discipline and uh, concentration and most of all, uh, uh, you know, connecting yourself with whoever the divinity that you
Higher
trust,
purpose. Yep.
the higher purpose. That light get like a bigger and bigger and bigger, and just keep on orienting you toward the end of that tunnel. And I feel like for you, you have the light now, and all he has to do is just keep on building those work ethic, and it's a matter of time, man. And I wish you all the best in
Yep.
uh
Thank you.
in your journey,
Yeah.
and every single thing that you're doing. uh this again having is getting to an end. Everything that is good comes to an end. We really appreciate you being here on this platform, and on this far home to share your with us. I
Oh,
hope
we lost
to
you there.
see you we home. uh yeah,
Keep breaking up.
hello.
Yeah. You're breaking up. Can you hear us? Mr. Saleh. Let me stop the recording.
Mr. Brice Danvidé, well, it was a really nice and a pleasure for having you on Far From Home. Uh,
Pleasure.
hopefully, I know not hopefully, I know down the road we'll be having you again, because as we live, we build is I mean history, and so history need to be told. So we're gonna be meeting you again down the road. Follow us, share the spread the word on your side, and about Far From Home. And yes, man, so great to have you, so great to see you. great talent. Everybody, follow Brice Danvidé, the Dropout Spectrum. He's the next big thing coming up. I told you, you can tell me I told you this. So you better be watching. You better be watching, man. Africa,
Well, we
this
have
is
in a
it.
recording. We have in a recording. So
Right, right, right.
yeah,
Yep, yeah.
we have the digital video recording of this. So
Y-
is once you blow it up, yeah, we are right there.
You're right
Yeah,
there, man. All of that
yeah,
footage. Yeah.
yeah.
Good lord.
We'll be following you with our podcast everywhere, man.
Yeah, say we interviewed this guy. We know this guy is gonna be the
I
next step.
love it. I love it,
Mhm.
man.
Yeah,
I love
that's
it.
awesome, man. Thank you so much for your time, Grace. I really appreciate your time, and good luck for your touring. Uh,
Thank you.
I know it's not an easy thing, but enjoy it the most that you can and learn as much as you can. And also, the one that you're going from New York, I wish you all the best luck for that. So keep it
Thank you.
up, and we really appreciate having you on the show, man.
No, I appreciate you guys. Always.
Yeah.
All right, so this there you go. This is it. You have it, your episode, and till next time we see you again on Far From Home. We love you. You guys take care. Peace
I'm gonna
out.
have to put my ice and all, but
Peace
next
out.
time I'll get my ice on.
Ah,
All
yeah.
right, all right.
Yeah, yeah. I get my ice on. Some tattoos on it.